Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, etc., etc. Hello, everybody. Time to have a little bit of fun. Readjust it just a little bit. I think that should be better. Okay. Alright, who's around? Let's see. Brick Sargent. Good evening, men. How are ya? Happy Tuesday. Yep, I know Greg is around in lurk mode for a little bit. Gotta cook. Not making enough for everybody though, I'm sure. Alright, let's see if anybody else shows up. Today, I'm going to try something new. And here, got a bunch of stuff for lighting. We're going to see how this goes down. Should be exciting. There we go. It's a little loud. Alright, so, let's see. Hey, Dion, what's up, bud? Thanks for coming by. Happy Tuesday, PPP. How's my day been? Not bad. Work wasn't too bad. Got a couple things done that I needed to. But thankfully my busy season is over for the moment in terms of major things. So I'm just kind of doing day-to-day work right now. PPP. Alright guys, so in the weekend Sunday morning stream, I worked on the hospital build here. We made each floor a little bit taller here. Added a level of brick to each. So now the big ambulance is actually able to fit underneath here and fits pretty well. So very happy about that still. I'm liking how this looks. And I don't think there's anything else I really want to change right now with this. We'll see how things go. Adam, what's up, bud? How you doing? Thanks for joining. So, you guys just dropping in. The plan for today is, here's my bag of all kinds of stuff I have for lighting. And we're going to see how I can light this hospital up. I don't know how this is going to go. This is going to be a lot of experimenting and kind of feeling it out and seeing what looks right, what feels right to me. But it should be fun. What I've got here is just a little USB extension cord that literally plugs into the side of my monitor over here. So I can use that just for getting some raw power, just for kind of seeing how things look. Now, the reason I released the video that I did on Friday, the Blinky Bricks video, in part was to give him some promotion because I think it's worth it, but also because I knew I did want to take the live stream tonight, as long as the weekend one went well, and do some lighting, and I wanted to kind of use that as an intro for this. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and try to pull off the first couple, or the top two floors here. Just woke up. No problem, no problem. Hope you slept well. This is heavy. These two floors are really heavy. Alright, I have to find a place to put this. Let's see if I can slide this over next to the side of the camera here, if it's going to interfere or not. Let's see. Nope, that's going to block everything. Okay, let me see where else I can put this. I just have to put this on the ground for now. And hope that that does not fall. We will see. Let's see. He's saying hi to Brick Sergeant. Jim G, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming back and joining again. Yep, today we're going to be lighting it up, or at least starting the process of lighting it up. going to go through some stuff and just kind of experiment and see what looks right to me and what I want to do with it. Hey Scott, what's up, bud? Thanks for hanging out. I assume it's Tuesday afternoon/evening for you, which means kind of in and out lurk mode. Working it up, what's up? Hey, hey, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'm a big fan of using this kind of chill, jazz, relaxed music. Really helps me mellow it, especially on the weekdays after work like this. Alright, so I'm going to start basically by just dumping everything I have out here first, because I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Alright. Scott, I've had this built since March of 2020. Sunday morning I just did a little bit of work revising it. I've had this, I didn't just build this, dude. I've had this around for a year and a half. And if LEGO comes out with one next year, oh well. Honestly, I think this will be better than what they come out with all the detail and stuff I have in here. And depending on what it is, I may just, redo it, something else like I did with the police station. That's my law office. Alright, sorting out all my jazz, my stuff here. Alright, so I got a bunch of just standard non-flashing LED lights. These are the most simple ones to use. So I think we'll use some of those. This is literally an extension cord. Got power bricks, some extension wires and stuff here. Lots of little things to kind of set up everything that I need. Debating whether or not I want to use this one, because I can connect a few different things this way. We'll see. Yep, in and out based on Signal Dad's Life. Yep, yep. Just wondering. Yeah, I don't know, dude, we'll have to see. I mean, I saw something today on a news website, a LEGO news site, I think it was like Pickle Bricks or something like that, or maybe Promo Bricks, that the regular city line has a hospital listed for 2022. So, if that's listed there, I don't know if we're going to see a modular hospital. I'm really questioning that now from what they were talking about with the Advent calendar thing. But we will see. We will see. Alright, so these are the things I got as little bonuses. Got an extra light there. Y-shape extension. This is really cool. 36-inch extension wire. And an 18-inch, so these can be helpful. Just kind of figuring out what I might want to use here. So, this one is a flashing red light. I'm thinking I could use this on the roof over the elevator core as kind of a beacon for the top section. So I think I'm going to keep that out too. Let's see, power bricks, expansion brick stuff, flashing another 5. Alright, these are my FX stuff. So I think I want to keep all the FX separate for the moment. So, Blinky has, just so you guys know if you didn't watch the video and you haven't seen other places with it, Blinky has 2 separate lines of products that he's putting out. These are the 1.25 millimeter connections, which honestly are kind of tiny, at least for big mitt people like myself. And these are compatible with other ones like Brick Loot that are out there too, but I've got a bunch of that stuff. The FX series, which I have in this bag, these are 0.8. These are tiny, just to show you guys. Either 0.8 or 0.08. They're really, really tiny. gotta be careful even just taking one of these out. Let me see if you can see. Look how tiny that is. That's pretty tiny. So that's another type that's out there too. I'm not going to work with those tonight, but I may use that for some other stuff down the line here too. What else do I have? Let's see, I have one that's just kind of open. I may have to play with this and see what that one actually is. Need blinking every ambulance entry? Yeah, we'll see how things play out. This is going to be experimenting. Everybody's saying hi. Greg is back. Another extension wire. Trying to keep everything straight here too. Yellow flashing LED. I have a green one. Oh, and I have a purple one too. Alright, those are garbage. And then a couple that are useful for connecting like battery packs or 9-volt batteries, if you want to go that route. I don't think I'm going to right now. Excuse me one second. Alright. So I think what I'm going to do is start with a power brick. I want to figure out where I can put this on the ground floor here. You're saying hey to Adam, it's back and forth, cool, cool. Appreciate the camaraderie and friends saying hi to each other. Brooksville Studios, hello, hello. So here is the little brick piece, a 2x4, which is Lego. I mean, there's Lego stamped on there. And there's a little circuit board in there for connecting up to 12 of these little 1.25 jumpers. So just to show you guys kind of how this works, let me get one of these things out to connect it. So I'll start with this cable here. I'm not going to keep the ambulance static right here, so I don't think I'm going to do that. But if I do something, I could use this. But that's not going to be something I'm doing right now. My focus for now is on the building itself. Actually, I can connect one of these lights just right to this first. I'll show you guys what these look like. Alright. Trying to do this without shoving a bunch of stuff off my desk. Alright, so this is a blinking one. Check this out. Look at that. And that's just the raw LED. That's pretty bright. I don't know how much it comes through on the camera, but blinding! Alright, so I think that's why I set that aside. We might be able to use that somewhere. We'll see. But I think the main focus will be using some of the regular non-flashing white LEDs here. So grab some of these guys, and we'll get started. Actually, I may just put the brick off to the side for the moment. Alright, so this is going to be a lot of experimenting and just kind of figuring out where to put stuff. Of course, now with how I'm going to have this in the city, this corner right here is what's going to be facing out to everybody. So, I mean, I really want the light to shine in these corridors here. I can put one in the ER. I can put one in the pharmacy area, which there is a window there, so that would come through. But is it worth it putting one here? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. The idea is I definitely want to have, I think, a couple of lights, at least in this corridor. Oops. I'm already knocking one off here. Now, this will be a little tricky from the backside. I think what I'm going to have to do is kind of figure out how I want to arrange these things. If I want to have a couple per floor or something like that. And I'll have to kind of figure out like a corner for this to go through here. Make it blue and have it as your x-ray. Yeah, I mean, I've got an x-ray room on the second floor. I could do that. When I get to the second floor, we will see. Let's see, need to keep one of those separate. This is one where it's a little complicated, just trying to figure out how I want to start this process. And it might be something like running a couple of these through in a corner like this first to start that. Actually, what I will do, I'm going to swap out that 3 for a 2 and then use a fun little technique that we were introduced to from another YouTuber, where I'm going to use a couple of round plates instead of bricks to hold the wire in here. So right in this corner here, I'm going to try to get that stuff connected in. Hey, Bricklock, what's up? What's up? Thanks for coming by and hang out. Hope you're doing well. And so I want to get one of those snug underneath this first plate. I know it's all white, so you guys can't really see a lot, but I will show you in a second once I get this in. And then I'm going to pop in a second one to hold in the second wire. Connect that back. Get a white plate. Awesome. Okay, let me show you guys how this looks, what I'm going for here. So the idea is, I need some way to get the wires in here. And instead of just having bricks where they can just like press right against the wires, a couple of little round plates will let me get just enough openness in there, enough of a hole, so I can feed that through. Oh my god, lighting, not my thing at the moment, must respect. Yeah, it's something I wanted to start experimenting with. And I think my hospital is one of those places where I definitely want to get this lit up because I've got a bunch of detail in here and I would love to see it once I get it placed in the city. Go Scream Man, hey hey, welcome, welcome. Let's see. And let's just do an example with it, like, in here. It is not easy to get these things pressed in, guys. Alright. So just as a real quick example of what we're looking at, something like this. It's going to be the idea. And yeah, these are trans blue, so we'll get that blue hue coming through, but that's cool. I like that. I'm blue. Thank you for the plug, Greg. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. I'll put a few things away that I don't need, just to help clean up some of the mess before I go too crazy. I don't think I need another one of those for now. I'm going to put that away. Put that away. Red light will keep. Extension wires I do need. Okay, set that off to the side for now. Take it low and slow, get everything wired up. That's right. I'm going to be deliberate and figure out how I want to do this. So this is not all done today, guys. Guarantee it. This is not done today, because I just need to kind of figure out where I want to go with things. Am I going to be one? Are you going to be in one of the hospitals? No, I'm not. No. Let's see. My figure, my little me, little BB, needs to be out and about so he can do stuff in the city. So he will not be like that. He won't be in the bed. Lighting is always subject to the builder and the room the city is in. For me, lighting is cool, but not for... Yeah, it's certainly up to what an individual person may want to do. I'm not going crazy with it. I'm experimenting, but I think it looks really fun. And my room is not conducive to doing a really hardcore setup right now. But I want to do a few things because it's fun. Let's see. Alright, I need an extension. Trying to be careful cutting these open so I don't snip the wire. Deanna's engaging lurk mode. No problem, bud. Alright, so I've got an extension cable here. And this one I'm going to connect. Unplug that first. Connect this one into the second jumper. This is super tiny. "10 minutes to finish." Yeah, right. Time's up, sorry. There we go. Okay, so I've got one for each side. I'll connect one of these guys back in, because I forget what's what. I'm trying to be really careful that I don't actually like break the tiny little tips, connection points in here with my big old hands. There we go. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, that's my flashing blue light. Alright, Scott, there's a flashing blue light for you right there. So I don't want to use that one right here. I forgot I had a blue light. Is that going to be everyone in your hospital like Iron Man? I'm not sure what you mean, Ghost Screen. I've got a couple scenes in here of various things, and I will be recording like a mock review video of this once I finish doing the wiring, so you can see all the stuff going on. But I don't have like Marvel and all the other stuff, Iron Man, all those other figures. That's not what I'm going for in my city. Yeah, I think just 2 will be plenty bright for this. If I have one like kind of over the ER section here, the ER doorway, and then have one right in the kind of the atrium space, I think that will honestly do plenty good, because this is what's going to be seen anyway. So, let's see. Now I need to figure out how to mount these. And I don't think... Do I want to do it? I don't think I want to put them overhead on the 2nd floor. Am I thinking of trying to diffuse them? And Bricklock was asking that. So, I thought about it, and I do that with my art gallery. That one I do. Now, I'll show you guys this. This is one thing I'm contemplating as we're looking at this. In the art gallery, I use these rounded 2x4 boat kind of hull pieces. That's how I remember them from the 90s. These transparent ones. And I actually put the LED inside, and then I attach it on the other side, obviously, to like some kind of brick or plate or something. And at least in the art gallery, with how I have that set up, it's actually on black, which I can show you guys. And that does diffuse it quite a bit. So let's do an example of that one here, just so you guys can see the effect that it has. Trying to be really careful with how this one is tangled and kind of wrapped around itself. It's been wrapped up a little too long, apparently. So I'm putting it on a black brick, just to give you an idea of, I mean, I don't know if the camera shows it all that well, but it is a little bit more diffused just by doing that. And if I go in here, it is more diffused. It's not as prominent. So yeah, I think we can do that. I think that helps to kind of spread the light and focus a little bit more from just one central point. And what I'm thinking of doing is I want to, for the first floor here, the ground floor, I want to mount them across somehow like this. Just so they're kind of in that space. Alright, so I'm going to unplug these for a minute, and I want to figure out where I want to mount them. Let's see. Number of lights looks good. Thank you, Greg. Can see it. Can use snap bricks in the wall to mount the LEDs. I could, but like I said, I prefer them to actually hang overhead here and not just sitting against one of the walls. Two and three bricks in here, 1x3, 1x2s the other day. I could just kind of swap some stuff out. I think I should be easily able to mount that stuff. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll see how this looks. Oops. For some reason, Facebook decided to. I think that'll work. Alright. So, I'm just going to pop these back off. I just wanted to see how it looked with the tiles on there and stuff. But I think this can be actually pretty simple. Oops, I got a little wrapping around the ER here. Alright, so just pop on one of the little bolt pieces here. I'll just take these off so they're not in my way. Oops. Get that quite in the way I wanted to. Settle it right in the middle here, inside the anti-stud. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see. That's cool. Gonna start rapping bigger Tupac Ramen. What? I don't got those skills, man. I don't got them skills. But I think that kind of works. I think that handles that corner, this corridor, pretty well. And then I can just kind of clean up the lighting along the wires along the wall here a little bit, right above everything. So I can handle that later. But yeah, I think that works. Let's see. Now, question is, how do I want to handle the other one over the atrium space? So I think I want to have it centered like right over this space here. Somehow right in the middle. So I could do a beam. Yeah, I could do a beam of some kind. Yeah, I'm an IT greg, as you know, but I don't care about cable management that much. After a certain point, I'm just like, screw it. Let's see, what do I have? I can do this. Looks like 16 actually might be just right. You know, a 16 beam right across fits perfectly here. And I can mount it on that. Plus, get the added benefit of a little bit of support there too. A couple of 1-bys. What brand? Blinky Bricks. Yep, Blinky Bricks bags. I think that looks pretty cool, though. And let me try something, guys. 1 second. Alright, don't be shocked when I come back on, but let's see how this really looks. Ooh. That's pretty cool. And that still shows a lot of detail. You can see a lot of things going on in there. Actually, I think you guys see it even better on camera than I do just looking at it, from how the light's penetrating through here. That looks really good. And actually, we get a solid view of the pharmacy area back in this corner here, right there. So I don't think I had to light that up. I think I'm actually kind of happy with what I see here. I think I'm done with that. Yeah. So that was just 2 of the LED lights, and I covered all the area that I wanted to. I mean, if I really want to, I could get down in here into the ER, but I mean, there is no window into it. But you know what? Let me think about this for a second. If I turn this around and look at what I've got here, let me show you guys a look here as well. This is the ER area, operating room. I could take out panel piece, that 1x5x6 panel, and I could put a trans clear in there. It's just like a window into the ER. I mean, minifigs, who cares, right? I mean, what are they going to do? But it's more for the perspective that us big figs would get. You know what? Let's play around with that idea. Doesn't hurt to do that. Clean up a few things real quick here. Out of the way. Yes, where the faucet area is. Alright, so I'm not pulling things. I'm going to take the light out. Alright, let's see. Got to take a few things back off now, of course, but such is the nature of mock building and tweaking. Let's see if I can do this without tearing everything apart. I'm glad that I replaced a bunch of those bigger bricks with the 1x3s. That makes this a lot easier at the moment. Got a name for the construction worker, Jack says. Surgery on the air, sweet stat. Absolutely. Got some mad surgery going on. But I think we got her patched up. So now, if you look inside, now you have a view right into the ER. Again, this is more for us to see. It's not perfect for the sig figs. But I just want the detail to be seen. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. And that means I can put another light in there. HIPAA violation. Yeah, right? Mad HIPAA violations going on right now. So I can open up another light, and we'll do a third one. I already have the perfect setup for this too, because I've got the overhead light. Lol. Lol. Alright, this is going to be a little trickier because I've got two separate plate pieces here. So I'm just going to try to put this LED kind of right in a space if I can, very carefully, without breaking everything. That's a little tricky. Not exactly the direction I wanted that to go. Sorry guys, this is like precise surgery right now. Trying to get this to work right. Okay. So it's just inside one of the studs on the boot piece. And then I can do the same technique right up in here and run my wire. We need a couple more of these little things here. And little plates. Grab a 1x2. Alright, time to do a little bit more surgery again here. Put this around this side. We'll go right out through, go over so you guys can see a bit more here. Right out through this little corner, right through there. Oops. Cool. Alright, now I need to bring in one more of these connectors in this back corner. I should have enough space to do that. This doesn't need very much slack, so that's good. Perfect. All right. Totally digging this. And I can work on, in a moment, tweaking kind of the spaces to fit these things in. All right. Now, let's light this up one more time. Really see. Oh, all right. That looks a lot better that way. I'm digging that. That does help. And then right through the window. Awesome. All right, let me do the light thing again so we can get a real perspective. Ooh, look at this. You get a great look right inside the operating room with that light overhead too. So you can really see that detail. Because of how the boot piece is diffusing it, yeah, it does make it more directional. Which I think definitely adds to more of the realism here. But I mean, I would expect in a hospital to see very bright lights, at least in the main corridors like this. Totally digging that. I think that's right. Very, very cool. Yeah, I think that does pretty good for the first floor here. That really lights up almost everything. Again, I don't care about the elevator corridor. That's just kind of a fake thing. Now I do want to kind of rearrange a couple things here. Just to help a bit with cleanup and organizing. I might as well keep this little bucket out because I'm going to keep using these. I don't want to keep putting them away. Make sure I don't clip on that. Perfect. All right. All right. And let's see. Did I keep one of those little wraps? Yes, I did. Thinking what I'll do for the long rip is I still got one of these little tie things. Love that minifig view. You most definitely do. And I used to work in a hospital. It was always super bright. Right? Yeah. I mean, I expect it's going to have a lot of light there. So I need to just do a little bit of kind of organization here for that other longer cord. Just enough so it's kind of not dangling around here. So what I can do is attach one of these rounded tile pieces right on there. Perfect, that holds that in place. And I'll just use the extra bit on top of this plate just do a little bit more here. So right here I'm going to use this plate to do a little bit more of tidying up the slack of that longer wire. And I'm just using a couple of little 1x2 rounded tile pieces here, or 1x1s, just to make sure I can attach them and they catch the wires without crushing them, because that would be very cool. I can use a couple more on the other side. I might even have to worry about tying this down. Yeah, I think that actually will work. A couple of regular plate or tile pieces here. Cool. So there's a little bit of slack there, but it's minimal, and it's above everything by like a couple of bricks worth of height. So you really won't see any of that. It'll be hidden pretty well. Same with this side over here. I'm not worried about any of that, just kind of hanging out. Yeah, extending all these floors up by one, what I did Sunday morning on the live stream, that was, I think, absolutely crucial to make this work without having wires dangling around and making, like, bridging across here and all that stuff without taking away too much from the seam below. I'm actually really, really happy I did that now. Alright, I just got to finish off this a little bit, and I'll be happy with that. Yeah, a little bit of cable magic, okay? We'll say a little bit. Awesome. I do like that beam across there. It's going to provide just a little bit more support. Okay. So, I think that floor is done. Pretty stoked about that. And I should have enough where I can go up with these connectors up to the second floor. And I can use one for the third, too, by using a couple of extension wires here. So I don't think I need to run more than one USB. Alright. Get the second floor here. Alright. Let's see how this looks with the roof on the second floor on there. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I probably can run something out here too. I'm not going to worry about it right this second, because I want to see what else I can do to kind of finish off the other floors before I do that, and how the cabling works out. But I probably will end up running something out here. Probably something a little bit lighter, depending on what I've got. Or maybe something like cooled off with yellow. Alright, first floor looks good. Let's go on to the second floor. Will the cards fit through a 1x1 round? Not these guys. So unfortunately, if I take a little 1x1, they're just a little too big. I mean, they'll go through the wider, the anti-stud, just barely. If I press it through, they can kind of get in there a little bit. But they're definitely not coming out the other side. There is a trick you can do, which I don't want to do right now, honestly, where you could take this cap off and then run it through. So it theoretically could be done. But I'm not going to play around with that right now. Are you talking about one of these guys, Scott? Yeah, unfortunately that's also a little too big, or a little too small, for the 1.25 at least. However, if I was using the 0.8, I'm pretty sure that it would fit through there. The 0.8 is tiny. You can get those through pretty much everything. So in this case, it does come down to, you know, what type you want to use, what you're trying to accomplish. And there are some trade-offs. A few of these little baggies. Alright, so how do I want to do the second floor? So for you guys that were not here Sunday morning, here's the second floor. There's a lot going on here. I have the primary surgery room, main operating room. We've got a CT machine, scanning room here. We've got the lab area, doctor's office. We've got the main corridor. We have an actual bathroom. And back here is radiography, the x-ray area. So I want to see how much of this I can do reasonably. Again, since these two sides will be facing people, facing us in the big view, these are getting lit up for sure. And I think the lab will too. I think that'll be the focus initially here. So what I'm going to need is one of these guys. Hey, Thomas Davey. What's up, Tom? How are you? Thanks for hanging out. Radiography, yeah, I'm not sure, Scott. I don't remember which is which, honestly. X-ray room, we'll call it that. X-ray imaging. So I'm going to run one of these guys right up through this corner here to give me that connection. But this may be a case where I can use my brick that I put off to the side here. So I can create more connections off of that. So I can have that maybe like right inside the doctor's office and then start right in the corridor here and then run things from there. Let's figure out how I'm going to do this. Radiology imaging, thank you guys. Let's see. Just trying to figure out the backside and how I want to run this through. So I can run a... Alright, I think maybe I'll do that. Go to this for a moment so you guys can see. Or I could do it out here, which actually might be better, because that way it's a little bit more centralized. I should do that. I can take that off, place with a 2. Aha. So just like below, just one little place to run it through. And you can see it's not tight. I have a little bit of slack there so I can kind of adjust it as I need it. As I do this, it'll actually work out really good. And if I kind of pull it out to about here, which will be good for central management of it, that should give me an ability to actually pull this one up here and use this on the 3rd floor too. So I should be able to hopefully do what I want to do. So the idea with these guys, again, is you can plug in up to 12 connections on this, and it basically will just distribute the power from one connection to a bunch more. Alright, that's my extension cord. People will see them having a heart attack. Hey man, just gotta show perspectives. Alright, perfect. Little extension cable here. Bricklock, I don't do mills for one thing right now, so that's part of the reason why. Folks could argue that is a big incentive for doing it. I'm not saying no in the future, but right now that's not a thing I'm doing. And since I've got a nice space of one row back here, I can hide the wires kind of through there. So I'm not too worried about it. And then the brick. Let's see, make sure I get this in correctly. These are a little tiny, and these are kind of delicate to push in here. So my big hand isn't right in your guys' way. There we go. Click, right in place. And the idea is that I can have this just kind of like hanging out somewhere like right here, and then I can run all my wires basically right to the middle. I don't have to run a bunch of extensions. it saves me on some of that stuff, so I think this could work out really good. And I think I want to do the same thing I did before and run a beam across. So it's going to take a second to figure that out, because that way it saves me the trouble of dealing with taking off the ceilings and all that stuff too. So let's see, how long is this? Let's see, that's a 12. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, need to run 10. Do I have a 10 plate? Let's see. Yes, I do. Perfect. Need to go cook dinner. Looks awesome. Queue up. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you hanging out for a little bit. Enjoy your dinner. Actually, I'm going to do this a little bit differently on the one side. Need more of these 1x2s. And I can mount that. Perfect. And then I think for the one, I can just do this. So then going across. Yep, going across, I got a little beam here, which, nice, provides a little bit more support. Not that I think the second floor needs a lot, because I've got a bunch of stuff in the middle here. But this will provide my support for that actual brick. Let's see how it looks here. Yeah, it looks a little ugly like this, but you know what? You won't be seeing much of this anyway, like this section. So I'm not too worried about that. It's going to be this that's really going to be visible. So this is more for function than anything else. Alright, so let's continue a little bit more work here. I don't think I need extension wires at the moment, since I'm doing what I want to do with it. Hey, Scotty, what's up, buddy? PPP. Tom says, ooh, we just had an earthquake. Ooh. That's freaky. I have experienced a couple of very small rumblings where I am in New York State. Nothing really bad, though. If he's still around, Scott. Scott's in California. He's probably experienced some rumbles. Let's see. Do I even need the 18 on this? Maybe not. I'm going to put the 18 off to the side for a moment. Maybe I can just get away with 6s. Alright, and just to show you guys that the second floor power system will light up. Make sure I get this untangled here, because it's coiled up very tightly. Alright, if I connect this, should get some light. And oh, there I do get some light. I do. Haha, nice. Totally digging this. Just how it looks like that. Let there be light indeed. Cool. Alright, so I have to have one that kind of just runs into this area. I think that'll work fine. I see I'm not the only one getting lit. Not right now, Scotty. Not right now, bud. So just centralize it over this area, which I can probably do with... How do I want to do that? I can probably do a beam or something just kind of out to the middle to do that. And then I want to run another one to the CT, the scanning room. Tom says, give me 2 seconds, Scotty. Roll it. Roll it. Alright. This is why I'm not attaching any of these yet, because I just need to kind of experiment first. Figure this out. Ah, it's a lightning bug. Just kind of flashing around. Sorry in advance if I cause any epilepsy or anything, seizures. Sorry about that, guys. Haha. Oops. Alright, just for perspective. Oh, that is cool. That is very cool. I like that. Let's see, what else can I do? I want to have one for this area here, so you can see in there. One of my cats is being silly out in my hallway. Alright, so if I untangle this guy here as well. And then just just kind of run out from any point on this side. I don't think it really matters. It's a tough go here. Alright, so we'll get that lit up. So we can see her, this technician here working in that office. Cool. All cats are indeed silly. Yes. I do have to order more of these guys already. I gotta get more of them. Alright, so let me start playing around with some of this here. Ooh. In the operating theater, I can do that same technique where I did before, where I've got the light overhead. Adventures of a Chef. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Looks great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'd be very precise with how I do this one, the same idea as I did before. Just 1 second here, guys. Trying to get this in just right. My huge hands, it's taking a second. Trying to get this just right. I think... Yes, I think I got it. Alright, cool. Tangling wire kills me. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Hello, children. Hey, Chef. Hello there, children. Have never did a light kit before. Are they hard to install? Yeah. As Greg noted, what I've got here, everything I'm doing is Blinky Bricks stuff. I have a video that I just published on Friday on my website here, or on my YouTube channel, my website, going over what Blinky is, what he's got. I highly recommend people take a look at his website. I'm not being paid to promote him at all. I do want to note that. I'm doing it purely because as you guys can see, I'm really digging what he's offering, his products, and I mean, right now, you can see how easy this is going. It's just a matter of kind of figuring out what you want to do and how you want things to look. But I mean, these little things that I'm using right here, these little 6-inch long ones, these are like $1.49 each. They're well worth it. A very bright LED. These little brick connection pieces are like $2.49 if I recall, something like that. They're very much worth it. A lot of great stuff. I recommend checking them out. BlinkyBricks.com. He's got light kits, but a lot of this stuff is all, as Greg said, do it yourself. And that's what I'm looking for, because these are all MOCs that I've got. They're not Lego modular buildings. So light kits are not going to work for me. And that's why I was like, ooh, this is fantastic. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Highly recommend checking it out. Alright, I do have to figure out now the other main section here. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I think when all is said and done, I've got enough to run through. Oops. Almost had an accident, guys. Oh my god. I've got enough to run over to the middle without a problem. So I probably could just run a plate in here. So I'm going to try that. No Bricking the MOC, I know. I would be very, very sad. It would be a sad mat. Thank you, Greg. Thank you for that. Drop test. I don't want to do a drop test. I would be very sad. Alright. So I'm going to mount this one inside one of these little boot things. Little trans clear boot guys. And then I'll mount it on something else. So it's tough to see here. Let me see if I can do it with the side camera. So just a 2x2 plate. Got that little boot piece, the boat hull piece. And the wires, or the LED is centralized right inside of it there, inside the anti-stud. Works perfectly. So you can rebuild it. I know I could, but do I want to? No, I don't want to. Let's see, how does that come out? Actually, with how that diffuses, if I mount it just inside a little bit like this on a 1x4 plate, the light diffuses enough I think that can work just fine without me having to do a bunch of other things here. Yeah, excellent. Just run one of these guys over here. Actually, before I do that, whoops. Trying to be very precise. I didn't quite get that in there. Try this one more time. Pull it a little bit more tight. There we go. Perfect. Let's see. It's like you can rebuild that. 5.8 the correct earthquake was apparently. Ooh, that's fairly significant. 5.8 can do a little bit. Greg's plugging the channel. Thank you, Greg. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Chef says, I kind of want to do this like Kids in My City now. I just worry about my 3-year-old niece. Comes over, it's like a Godzilla. I can absolutely see that, Chef. I totally hear you. I have a couple nephews who I will not trust to come over to my place, and because I know they would just completely demolish my Lego room. So I always visit them at my mom's or my sister's house or some other place. They do not come over to my place at all. I do have 3 cats. If I go in my Lego room, they do follow me, but I have told them no enough where they will not jump on the actual tables. They will run around underneath, but they won't jump on top. And I'm not too worried about that at this point. So I'm going to do a little bit of finishing here, a little bit of reinforcement. All right. Take a look again at how this looks. Ooh. Oops, that's a little off to the side. I don't know how I got that way, but there we go. That is cool. I should set up more scenes, at least in the front here, too, now that I've got getting more light. I think I will set up more scenes before I finalize the mock review video with all this set. That's looking pretty spiffy, though. A cat that listens, it's rarer than vintage Lego. I say listen very loosely. It entails kind of raising my voice a bit and saying no. And I get looks from them. But yeah, they won't do it. Now, if I was to leave my door open and I didn't go in the room, I don't know what they would do. So if I'm not working in my Lego room, this is not my Lego room. This is just my build space in my actual home office. Separate from that, all kind of in one room. I have a separate bedroom that's used as my Lego room. And if I'm not in that space, that door is closed. That space is kept pretty static. Which is nice because there's not a lot of cat fur or anything that gets in there either. It's pretty minimal. So that works out pretty well. Alright, so next I want to do this space right here. Let's see, what can I do for that? I probably could just do a similar technique as this, where I got a light mounted overhead in some fashion. I can just mount a light inside here that way. That would make it pretty easy, actually. Let's see, how did I do this before? That's on a 6. Okay, I'm going to play around for a second. Hopefully without destroying everything. Let's see what I can do here. I'm thinking just use a couple of these things that I can create kind of a little hinge with. And just do that. So it'll be something like this. And this way I can kind of run it right over to this corner and have it come up. Actually, I'm going to take that off for the moment so I don't have wires interfering with me. I can have it come right through like this. Two. And a little boot thing. It is definitely a little tricky to get this just inside the stud where I want it to go. Oops. Well, I'm looking straight into a blinding LED here. So as you guys can see, it's big hands. It just is not the easiest thing in the world to do this. So my apologies for taking a minute here. But I do want to get this right for what I want to do. Does this have... I'll try a different one just to make sure I'm not crazy. Honestly, I already am, Scott. I'm already seeing spots as I do this. No joke. There we go. There we go. I got it. Click. And these two can just kind of run right through the edge here. Oh, I do need to take a second, guys. I am seeing some spots. Excuse me for 1 second. I close my eyelids and there's just like a single point of white that I can see in front of my eyes. So just to tell you, that's how bright these really are. I am seeing it with my eyes closed. Oh. Chef says, way past my bedtime here in Dublin, Ireland. Oh, thank you for joining from Ireland. Big fan of the channel. Keep up the great work and vids. Comedy Club is one of my favorites. Thank you so much. I love that Comedy Club too. That is a personal favorite. But definitely get to bed, get your rest. I totally hear you on that. Thank you for hanging out a little bit and enjoying it and conversing. And have a fantastic evening. without being obstructed. And both these guys can fit right in through here. Cap off with another 1x1 round plate piece. Perfect. Tuck them in there. And awesome. Voila. I'm still seeing spots. I'm going to see spots for a little while, I think. Alright, let me show you guys the side perspective here with that room. There you go. Again, I mean, we're only going to see from the windows like this. I think that's pretty cool. You can see she is busy working in the lab, checking cultures and blood samples and stuff. That's pretty banging. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a skeleton over there. That's right, because that's supposed to symbolize the X-ray room over there, radiology. So much detail in here. Again, this is the this area is the regular operating room. This is like the elective surgery and stuff. And then we've got our CT or PET. I'm not sure which technically this actually is. Scanning machine. Very cool. A peeping Tom. Yeah, we all are at the second. Let me go ahead and pop this back into place. Closer to MR. Yeah, it could be. Maybe just an all-inclusive sort of thing. I just want to convey the general idea with it. Alright, so I can do... just to tidy up and provide support for this actual brick itself, too. I'm going to reinforce this a little bit to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Alright. Oops. Piece is falling out on me. Alright guys, give me 1 second because I want to put the other floor back on. We'll do the lights off and we're going to see how things look. Put a couple of these things away real quick so they're out of my way. Make sure I put this on for reinforcement so I don't take a thing completely down here. Get the third floor. The third floor is what's actually really heavy. Okay. We do lighting. Hang on. Ooh. This looks really cool. it's looking the way I wanted it to. Pretty stoked. This is where my attention to detail inside, this is where it's going to shine. We know folks that love making the outside look fantastic. I think the outside here looks pretty good. It feels kind of modern. But what I did in the inside was important to me, and this is where it shows. Because now you guys can actually see this. And then we'll do the top floor too. Let's see. Good one, Tom. By the way, I love your comment for me. Perfectly placed plastic. Tom laughing. Fantastic, Scotty. So freaking cool. Yes, it is. Light color is perfect for a hospital. Yes. I think that bright LED looks great. The way it's kind of coming through the light trans blue looks really good. Greg agrees. Looks great, Matt. Thank you, Tom. Scotty says, looking great, Matt. Brings it to life. Absolutely, 100%. I agree, Greg. Yes. Thank you, guys. I think so, too. This is where it was worth it to buy the lighting and to highlight my detail work inside. Pretty stoked. Okay, guys. Getting on to 2 hours here shortly. It's almost 8 o'clock my time. I don't think I want to start another floor. I do kind of want to assess what I've got. Think about what else I want to do here in the third floor and all that. So I will probably do at least one more stream working on the lighting here. In fact, I may save that for next Tuesday evening stream. That way we can get folks back on and they can take a look at how we finish up this progress here on the third floor. So I will do the weekend stream, probably Saturday morning this time. But I'll figure out if I want to do something else. Not sure yet. And then Tuesday, next week, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, I think we'll resume on this. And hopefully finish it up. And that way I can put it in the city and go from there. Awesome. Alright guys, I think that's a wrap. Thank you all so much for coming by to hang out. Really, really enjoyed it. That looks cool even in there like that. Hey, Dion's back. Hey, Dion. Back from lurk mode for a minute. Anyway, yes, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out, chatting, and all that good stuff. I really, really appreciate it. It definitely is nice to see all my hard work in the spotlight, Scotty. It definitely is. Anyway, I will see you guys in streams, Discord, all that good stuff, other videos. I do have another one coming out probably in the next day or two. But until then, guys, thank you so much for hanging out and joining. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.